we currently employ about 18,000 people. So today we're announcing cuts of about, just over 15%. We're going to have to lose, regrettably, about 3,000, mainly pilots and cabin crew, over the next 3 or 4 months. And that's because this year we're now facing carrying less than 100 million passengers against an original budget of 154 million passengers. We'll be down about a third in traffic. We have almost no traffic in the June quarter. It looks like we'll lose about 100 million in the June quarter. We have never in the history of Ryanair lost money in that quarter before. And so, the situation is grim. We expect to be allowed by the European governments to go back to some limited flying in July, from July onwards. July, we expect to operate about 40% of our normal programme. August, maybe 60% of our normal programme. And then we're moving into the winter schedule. So I think what we're facing now is a historic decline in air traffic in Europe for the next 12, 18 months. And now I do expect that when we do fly in July, I think the traffic will be strong, but it'll be strong because the airlines, the tourist facilities, the hotels in Spain, Portugal, Italy, will be discounting hugely to get people to move during what remains of the tourist season before the schools go back in September. So we think it's inevitable now. Our business is going to be about a third smaller this year. We're going to take out about 15% of our staff, with deep regret, but there's nothing else we can do. And even the remaining staff, we're going to be looking for pay cuts of about 20%. And that is because the environment now in Europe has completely changed for airlines. The strong airlines going into the COVID crisis, the Ryanair, BA, the EasyJet and others, who had strong balance sheets, low-cost operation, would have expected to emerge even stronger. I now think we're going to emerge from this weaker because the people who went into it weakest, which is the legacy airlines, Air France, Lufthansa, Alitalia, have either been nationalised or are receiving extraordinary volumes. I mean, Lufthansa Group is applying for about 12 billion euros in state aid. Air France, KLM, 10 billion euros in state aid, on top of payroll support schemes. These are going to hugely distort the level playing field for aviation in Europe and airline competition in Europe for the next, I think, 3 to 5 years. We will now be competing with legacy airlines who before couldn't make money, but now have so much state aid that they can afford to lose money for the next 3 to 5 years, and will do significant damage to airlines like Ryanair, EasyJet and others, the well-run airlines. So the airlines that went into this, the strongest, I think, will now emerge the weakest unless we take this kind of radical action.